Hi folks, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Payal and I am a traveler who also loves to meet people. And I think a blend of both is where this concept of melting pot has come about. In my Melting Pot series, I will be talking to lots of inspiring people from different parts of the world and also from different cultures, whom I meet during all my travels. The common factor between these folks will be the desire to follow their passion and make it a way of life. So step into this melting pot and enjoy the chats. Welcome to another weekly episode of Melting Pot, a series of fascinating stories with guests from all over the world. My guest today is someone really, really special. Her name is Ariadna Cabrol. Ariadna is a Spanish actress from Barcelona. She's a model. She's a trained flamenco dancer. And she's worked in Spanish, Iranian, and Hindi films. And I'm not sure if there are other country films that she's worked in. We'll soon find out. I wish I could have had this chat with her in Spanish, as I was saying to her just before we started the chat, but I feel a little shy, so I'm going to so the conversation and the chat will be in English, but hopefully the next time I talk to Ariadna, it will be in fluent Spanish. So thank you so much for joining me this morning for you and this evening for me in Singapore.
Thank you.
So Ariadna, are you originally from Barcelona?
Yes, I'm from little town, like an hour from Barcelona.
Okay, what is the name of the town?
Matadepera.
Oh, okay. So is it north of Barcelona?
It's like center, like north a bit, but more center of not Barcelona, like outside.
It's outside. Okay, interesting. So when did you start modeling? How did modeling happen?
Well, I wanted to be an actress, so I don't know. I went to an agency and I started modeling, but it wasn't my dream being a model. I wanted to be an actress, but also I enjoyed being a model and I started working, so I kept going in this direction.
And for how many years did you model?
I'm not really a model, so I've been doing modeling like every now and then, you know.
Okay. So it was not like you were. It was your profession completely. So
exactly.
Okay. So then, when did the transition happen from you being a model to an actress? Because that's what you really, you said wanted to do, right?
Yes. Well, when I started working more often as an actress, I stopped working as a model. Not really stopped like completely, but like more. Yes. When I started working as an actress and I could sustain myself, I don't know how to say it.
No, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, when you felt that you could sustain yourself as an actress, then you decided to not be doing more of modeling and concentrate more of you being an actress. So yeah, I can understand that. So which was your first film?
My first film. Oh wow. You know? Oh yeah. It was a film called Young, in Catalan is Joves.
Okay.
It was different stories. And my story was a girl who was in love with a guy from Morocco, and this kind of forbidden love. And there was another guy who wanted to be with me, and his pride was hurt because I was with a Moroccan guy.
Okay, so it was in Catalan and it was it was a story from within a lot of other stories.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Nice. So when did flamenco dancing happen for you? Because I read that you are a trained flamenco dancer.
Yes, I don't know. I just wanted to dance and I started dancing flamenco because I like it. And I spent like 5 years dancing flamencos, more or less. But I'm not really a dancer. I mean, I'm not a professional flamenco dancer. It's something that I enjoyed doing it. And yeah, for me, it helped me. For example, I got a role once because I knew how to dance flamenco.
Okay, we're not referring to the Hindi film because that's something I'm really, really curious to talk to you about, because you've acted in Hindi cinema. You've done one film which became an iconic film, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, and
Yes.
and then so I have to spend a little time talking to you about that film. But I know that, as I mentioned in the introduction, you've also done some Iranian films. And I think I did read, but I could be wrong, that you also acted in, was it Serbian films or some Eastern European films as well?
Yeah. It was, from Serbia.
From Serbia. Okay, so I have done my homework then. So how did Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara happen?
Well, there is a casting director, Pebar Mangol, and he just gave me this audition, and I just went to the audition. I got the role. It was like this.
Did you know anything about Hindi cinema before you went to the audition? No?
Really, I was in India before the film, and I went to the cinema, and it was just crazy. People were clapping, dancing, shouting. It was an amazing experience, but I didn't know the in Bollywood industry.
Oh, okay. Okay. So did you, I know most of the film was shot in Spain. In fact, I think all the film was shot in Spain. But did you get an opportunity to spend, outside of the time that you went to India before the film, did you get an opportunity after the film was released to go and spend some time in India?
Well, actually, the film was shot in Spain, but the last dance was in India. So we went, all of us, we went to India. I mean, me. And the other actors, I already were there.
Yeah.
We went to India and we did the last dance. And one time I came back to India after the film once.
Oh, okay. So were you not, because you do play a very important role in that film, and you're the love interest of a very, very iconic director, actor, Farhan Akhtar. Did you not get any calls from Indian filmmakers because you did?
Well, after the film, I asked about the industry and everything, but they told me I had to learn Hindi to work there.
Okay.
And move to Mumbai and everything, and I just wasn't ready to do this this big step in my life, to go to another country, learn the new language, live there and stay away from my family, my friends. But some opportunities came from that film, but not in India.
And not in India. Okay.
Yes.
So what was do you remember what was the next film, not Spanish or Catalan, but what was the next foreign film that you were a part of after Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara?
I don't remember. Maybe CONEXAO. It was a Portuguese.
Oh.
It was in Portugal, but it was a co-production.
Oh, okay. So like a Spanish-Portuguese co-production. Okay. And you've also acted in Iranian films or just...
I read these also, but I have no idea.
Oh, so this is again some information on the internet, which is out there to fool people, because oh my God, this is what happened. In fact, the interview was published last week or the week prior, and an Indian actress. And on the internet, it said that she also worked with an airline. And when I asked her that, she said that I don't know who's put that information on, because I've never worked with an airline. And she said, even when I saw it, I was like shocked. And so I said, why didn't you remove that from the internet? So she said, no, it's very complicated to do, but I think high time I did that. So, I mean, it's the same that it's there saying that you worked in Iranian films, but obviously you haven't.
I have no idea. Maybe it was a co-production and I don't remember. To be honest, I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it was ZINDAGI NA MILEGI DOBARA that maybe has some co-production. I have no idea, to be honest.
No, I doubt very much. But that's interesting. So what are the other, so we'll just ignore the Iranian bit. What other films, foreign films have you been a part of?
Well, before Christmas, I was in an English teaser. We will shoot the movie if everything goes well this year or maybe next year. I have no idea, but it's called Sweet Street, and it's really, I mean, it's a really nice project. The director is called Cos Green Up, and it's about a girl who works in the streets and her life. And it's really a nice, very, very beautiful movie.
You're listening to a fusion of stories recounted for the first time ever by some fascinating people from across the globe with me, Payal, on this very unique and special podcast series, Melting Pot. Oh, excellent. So you've already been signed for the project.
Yes.
Okay, that's
amazing. We shot some kind of a short film, about the project.
Okay, you've already, okay. Just so, so that means obviously if it's a teaser, then you're obviously in the films. That should be interesting. And I hope you can start, I don't know now, given the situation, I'm not sure when you'll be able to start shooting for the film, but let's hope it's soon. A couple of other films that I have read about, again, it's on the internet, so I hope it's correct information. There's a movie called Perfume, the Story of a Murderer.
Yes.
So
I was in that movie, but it was a very short character.
Okay, so I think you were one of the first victims or something like that.
I was the one who started eating the guy at the end of the movie.
Oh my God, okay.
Everybody thinks this. I don't know the information on internet because everybody says this to me. I have no idea.
Oh gosh. And then I think, was it 2 years ago that you did a film called Made in Malta?
Yes.
Okay. So that, because I saw the trailer and everything and it was definitely you. So I couldn't have got that wrong. So so what other foreign productions have you been a part of?
Well, I was in Malta 3 months ago shooting film. It's called The Island of Oblivion. And it's about Calypso and Odysseus.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really nice story.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, I have to ask you about Mexico because I know, I mean, I do know Spanish, and I do follow a lot of the Spanish series on the different platforms now that they're available, and also Mexican and Colombian. And I am a bit obsessive about watching shows that are in that language because, it also helps me to, when I'm not in Spain, then it helps me to keep engaged with the language. So I know that a lot of actors from Spain have not necessarily uprooted themselves and moved to Mexico, but I know that there are a lot, for example, Ivan Sanchez, whom I'm really, really crazy about. I know that he's been doing a lot of shows in Mexico and quite a few other actors. So is this something that you are... you've ever thought about, or have you ever been interested in, or have you ever done anything?
If I have to move, I would move because I have job there, something to do. But just to move and try my luck there is not something that I want to do because I really love living here. I mean, I'm very close to England, the country that I love, and I work sometimes there. So if I go to Mexico, I have to change completely my lifestyle. The same way if I go to to India. But if I have work, I will do it. I will do it. But just to go there and to prove, I prefer being here and do auditions. And if I have the luck, so I go. But if not, I prefer staying here.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, if you're busy anyways, doing a lot of projects, then it's nicer if you get invited for a project rather than you going and starting all over again. And I guess the same would be for Hollywood, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. I would love to go to Hollywood just to see how it is, you know? I would love to go one day. Who knows? Maybe I will.
I'm sure you will. Yeah. So you've always lived in Barcelona. So obviously, you'll be able to share, just moving away from cinema for a bit, be able to share with my listeners a little bit about your favorite restaurants in Barcelona. What is your favorite Spanish food? Just a little, peek into Barcelona would be great. And I think it would be nicer coming from you, who are originally from there, rather than coming from me, who's not been there that long. So I think it would be interesting.
There is a restaurant here in Gracia. It's called Lluritu.
Okay.
It's all about fish in hot coal. I don't know how to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And it's amazing. It's a really nice place. I love it. And another place that I love, it's called, is in La Barceloneta.
Okay.
And it's called La Cova Fumada. Have you been there?
I don't think I have. No.
It's a very local place, and it's been there for many, many years. A family ran the place, and it's really nice. You have to go early because it's full of people. But
okay, and you're saying it's a family-run place, which means it's not very big.
Yeah, it's not very big, but they go so quickly. Come on! Sometimes you have to share the table, and it's like this kind of busy place, but the food is really good and
what street is it on?
It's in the square. I don't remember the square, but it's in La Barceloneta, La Cova Fumada. Where is the market?
Yeah.
There.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised that I haven't been there. Okay, next time I'm going to try that. So, what do you have any tips for aspiring young actors from whichever part of the world that they may be in as to what they should be looking out for or not looking out for when they are stepping into the world of cinema? From your perspective, is there, and whatever, like you did mention at the start of the conversation that you started modeling, just you were dying to be an actress, but till the opportunity didn't come, you got into modeling. So what kind of an advice, with your experience and from your perspective, would you give to aspiring young listeners who want to get into films?
I would say don't wait for the opportunity. Just work in projects, everything. Just say yes to everything, because you never know what brings you a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Just stay focused, work, trust yourself, and don't do anything that is against your values, because you will not be comfortable. But just say yes to everything, because if you're not doing anything more important, or that gives you more money, or that gives you more something that you want more, just do it, because you don't know what can come from that thing.
Yeah, that's a very, very practical and sensible advice, because you have to keep, I guess, building on your experience, and until you don't do that, you can't expect to get to the top. So yeah, there's no.
Maybe you're lucky. Sometimes you are lucky and you just get a very big project and a good one. Maybe you're lucky, but normally you have to work on it.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of competition, because there are a lot of people who are aspiring for the same thing. So
yes.
You're right. Luck does also play an important part, but then hard work eventually pays off. And and I mean it has with you, and you're successful, and you've kind of made a name for yourself, and that is so nice to see. And I'm so happy that we were able to have this conversation, and I've really enjoyed chatting with you, Ariadna. So I hope the next time I'm in Barcelona, I hope if you're there and not in England or somewhere else working on a project, then I'd love to catch up with you in person.
Thank you. Yes, me too. It would be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was such a fun chat with Ariadna. In India, she will always be remembered for her role in Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, a very iconic film. But other than that, she has so many other wonderful foreign films to her credit. For more weekly chats, do listen to Melting Pot on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Follow us on YouTube and on Instagram at Podcast Melting Pot. Until the next episode, this is Payal signing off.